Hello everyone, I'm Overhaul, and today we are gonna be talking about the hero versus hero storylines. The usual disclaimer at the beginning of the video. I am not a kid specific channel. Sure, the topics I make could be considered more kid than adult, very obviously, but I am not focusing on their age groups. They can watch if they want to, but I do want to warn all of them who watch that I will most likely use curse words or just let's say dialogue that's not very kid friendly. Hell, I might even act very not kid friendly. So when you watch this, keep in mind that you could get some more adult, hear some adult language. Good? Are we all on this? If you're a kid, go out and you don't want to hear some adult language, get out. For the rest of us, for the rest of you, time to end the video. So yeah, let me clarify what I mean when I say heroes versus hero storylines. I do not mean tournament arcs or training arcs. In those ones, heroes usually fight amongst each other, but at the end, yeah, it's mostly just for fun. What I mean when I say heroes versus hero storylines are something like the Civil War, where it was two heroes fighting each other for one to win. So yeah, I am not a fan of these storylines. Like, I personally hate them, if I'm being honest. For why you may ask? Well, it's for the big problem. They are never really explained well enough, and they always act like villains do not exist in those stories. Yeah. Surprisingly enough, the biggest problems with these storylines are villains, or in One Punch Man's case, it's monsters, since there is a Neo Heroes versus Hero Situation storyline, possibly. So yeah, I am not a fan of these like at all. Oh, and for the reason why I feel like they are not explained well enough is because, well, the villains, like, look, the main focus is, alright, the villains. They have did such a huge thing. We cannot do it the normal way. We have long since passed the whole putting on a costume, get some level of skill, get some kind of power that would allow you to. We have to go and fight. Fine, like, no, this doesn't happen anymore. If you're gonna be a hero, you need some serious training. Like, you need equipment, you need backup, like everything. Like, basically, like in a war, like you're basically a soldier now. But the main problem with these storylines with this is the villains are not really a big threat in them. Like, they're not. I mean, let's look at the Civil War as the best example, and the most notable one, I would say. In the comics, one of the villains has the ability to blow himself up, and they were not able to stop him, and he blew himself up so massively that there was a lot of there was a lot of casualties. Yet that seems to be the only reason why. I mean, so let me get this straight. A villain who pretty much did the whole kamikaze technique is to blame. Blows up and has a ginormous amount of damage, which I believe was even stated to be bigger, or at the very least the biggest we've seen of him blowing up. And you're gonna say this is the symbol of the heroes need to get in check. Like, they need to sign up, they have to get the process. You know, the whole catalyst to the whole sign up and fight amongst each other. Yet, from what I heard, apparently the villains were already defeated because he was still conscious when he blew himself up. Hell, I believe they were. Yeah, I believe his group were defeated, just he wasn't defeated before he could blow himself up. So there's the reason why you fight is basically because you think you need to get the whole sign up because that would be a better way to save people. How exactly is that going to help? I mean, really, how exactly is that going to help? Like, let's go back to that scenario with that group. Let's say they were already signed those heroes. Unless if their target is the self-destructive guy, which we're going to get the movie version in a minute, self-destructed guy, and he gets knocked out first. For example, in My Academia, in the most recent arc, I'm not going to talk about the most recent events in the chapter, but in the most recent event in the war, the heroes, like, the ones who could defeat the hero villains immediately the fastest, were the first ones to get sent, and they would manage to defeat them before they could, do anything. So, unless it's something like that, how exactly would it be stopped? Like, really, let's say Captain America and a couple of agents from S.H.I.E.L.D. showed up. Hell, let's even have a couple more superpowered characters in. Unless if they knocked out the self-destructive guy first, that same thing could still happen. Like, it still doesn't matter. Like, alright, maybe someone like, what's his name, Sentry might come, grab him, and fly up since he's, I believe, supposed to be a Superman parody, or the very least has a similar power set as Superman. Unless if he gets there and takes him away, you can't really do anything. I mean, honestly, I guess you can say that they were going to call the other heroes to which ones will be more ready for the villains, but again, what if the hero is already stuck on some other mission or something? So yeah, that's a very stupid reason. In the movie, they even have it for a stupider reason because, well, let's be real here. The way they start the final event, the way broke the camel's back is the Crossbones gang or Hydra or whatever would fight and they would defeat it, and Crossbones decided to do a kamikaze, but Wanda traps the explosion and in a bubble and then wants to fire in the air so the destruction would be out, but she loses control and blows up the building. And that causes a lot of casualties. And they also use the whole city event and the whole Age of Ultron, and I also believe the shield hair carrier from Winter Soldier. They might use another one, but I can't remember exactly. As examples that you have to be put in check, that you have to be put in combatant states, that you have to, have some kind of a big thing. Again, how exactly was this going to help you? Like, really, how exactly is your whole system going to work in Loki's invasion? I mean, Ultron was cursed because of Iron Man, so unless if you had someone like saying, no, Bruce, no, Tony, you two are not doing this. I don't see how things could have gone differently. And maybe you could say there would be someone outside of Jarvis to protect Ultron, but that's pretty much it. So, yeah, this is just stupid. Like, the only one that could have been really prevented all these cases was the whole Age of Ultron, because Tony and Bruce should have made it. But that's pretty much it. So that's stupid. There's something in the mask that's kind of getting a bit annoying. So yeah, that's stupid. No, that's so the reasonings why are always like stupid. How even in Ruby, when they had in the last volume where the whole heroes versus heroes fight. I mean, alright, so how exactly is tiring yourselves out while battling each other, knocking each other out, going to help you guys? Like, already, how? I mean, all you're again doing is weakening your powers, your soldiers in numbers and all. Like, even if you had a chance against Salem before this, you don't have it now. I mean, let's be realistic here. Like, there is no way you could have, like, let's say, I mean, either Salem cut I mean, let's say if Salem caught up to Atlas when they were running away to Valkyr, they would only have their students and the huntsmen they have in Atlas, which so far we only know about the Aesops. I mean, Happy Hodgesses, which who cares really about them, would have been Mantle, being killed by the Grim. Team Ruby and Junior would have been in prison, meaning they couldn't help unless they immediately get released. But again, I'm not sure if that could work. Oscar as well, Robin may or may not. Like, they would have been like, no matter what you said, looking at, they would have been no real way to win if they immediately follow them up and catch them, which I feel like could have been a debate. I kind of want to know if the writers kind of give a statement saying that even if they left Mental, they would still have been caught up in hours, basically. They would not manage to reach it. I would kind of want to see if it was a statement like that, but I think it wasn't. But still, not very good to have heroes versus heroes storylines. There's also a predicted storyline with heroes in One Punch Man universe fighting amongst each other, but we still have no idea exactly how this is going. That's just a popular belief. But we'll see where it goes, since, I mean, it depends on how long it's going to take it down there. So yeah. No, so the reasonings why are never really good enough for there to really be a fight. Like, even brainwashing and those types of storylines, I would say make more sense in whenever we do actually get them. It's always they end up just weakening their sources. My second problem with these storylines is that, why are the villains such a non-factor in them? I mean, either the villains are completely ignored, like, oh, Loki, this whole thing would have totally been put in check if, where are the villains? I mean, the villains seem to always be kind of brushed off. Yeah, it's your fault, not the villain who self-destructed. It's your fault, not the villain who brought an army of aliens. It's your fault, not the evil android who took over. It's your fault, not the evil woman that's coming to attack us and we all kind of were preparing for our attack. Like, I mean, you do realize that there are villains there. Like, all the catalysts involve villains, yet for some reason they're completely forgotten in these fights. Hell, even in terms of battle, I kind of have to question where exactly they are. Since apparently all the heroes can always beat them, which is we'll get into it in a later video. Although I may have already made a video, but I'll double check and then see if I have to make it about villains in battles. So yeah, all the times you fight villains, you win, and it's not even like you lose. Like, how I would actually believe it even more of these fights, of the whole, you have to stabilize it, if the villains were, coming there, being the heroes and escaping, clearly a W for them and L for the heroes. But no, they managed to beat them. It's just that when they beat them, they cause casual damage, and unfortunately they were casualties. So we're gonna there's nothing really to concern yourself. Like, in battles, they can be completely defeat the villains completely, but yet because there were casualties, which is something we should have all kind of expected, like, there's no way you can really do anything if, let's say, you are fire villain and that hit accidentally damages the building with a bunch of people and a couple of them end up tragically dying. Like, you cannot do anything about it. Like, if that's the point, I mean, that's actually almost impossible. Like, even if you are trained or ever specially made, that's impossible. Hell, I feel that's the reason why the Neo Heroes even say that the whole, if you maximize the amount of damage, that's the problem, but damage is allowed. But yeah, where are the fucking villains in these goddamn stories? They seem to be pushovers or just not contributing at all. I mean, how? If you really think about it, these heroes versus hero storylines really don't end up with anything except having the villains have a better chance at winning. I mean, let's step back and think about it. All that they really do is weakening their numbers, making them tired and, less combat ready. While the villains, they're gonna come back and attack with full force and win. Now, I can't remember exactly the quotes, but isn't that basically what Black Ass, in One Punch Man stated on the last couple webcomic chapters, where he got into his monologue? I mean, I'm sure that he didn't exactly say it, but basically, what was the point? I mean, let's really think about it. There's a heroes versus heroes storyline. The new hero situation and the new heroes fight amongst each other. All they really do is weaken their strongest, reducing the numbers for every other monster to appear. Hell, let's think about it. All the Black Ass really has to do now is eat dog food, so he'll be able to use his ability to its full extent again. Get Rover to follow him or obey him or something. So he'll be able to control him and turn him back into a giant in his real form, the giant monster form actually, and then just start bracketing everyone since they are high dragons. How Black Ass might be even above Dragon with his golden ass form. So you have two extremely powerful dragons, and the heroes are weak as all hell. Like, really, there is really nothing that ends up. Hell, the only goddamn reason why they seem to ignore that fact, or the very least it's not the main fact in the stories, is because the villains are usually just getting their asses kicked. Seriously, these guys do realize that if you want to keep the threat of the villains on, you have to kind of have even the regular villains beat the heroes at some point. I mean, seriously, unless if it's a 100% out, they make absolutely zero sense. So yeah. Now, anyway, this is my idea on the heroes versus heroes storyline. You tell me your ideas in the comments below. What do you think? Do you like them? Maybe there's some points you could say that I'm forgetting. But yeah, these storylines make no sense. So that's it. I hope you like this video. I hope you're gonna leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all the people next time. Bye.